everybody, what's going on? Mark, no, I'm just joking. This is Tales to Ram. We're back with the part 2 to this session of the Ceilia Isle campaign. I'm still here with Zeus, Shadowy, Gesh, and Chicken. They are making some backup characters in case their characters die in the future, just so you're aware. So they don't get TPK'd by a door. Well, if they do, they have new characters. But yeah, that's really all that happened. We took a 30-minute break, not a 15 one, because I was getting food and got some Mickey D's. Mickey D's nuts in your face. Ha ha ha. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna be starting up again. You guys have your character sheets open or ready at least?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. So, last we left off, the group had just gotten together again and fought a mantis that had chopped and cut its way through the small brigade of guards at the entrance to the mine that's made up from the tent village that's under Reginald's control. But after they fought it, coming out with heavy injuries and exhausted selves, the group was told by Jason, hey, go get some rest. You look kind of like, give me a second here. You look like shit. And they're like, yeah, maybe we should. He said, I'll talk to them. Go back whenever you need to. Basically, you guys have been left near the dead mantis at the moment. Near the entrance to the mine, there is still a bit of fog in the midday afternoon. The air is nice and chill and has a hint of cold and cold water to the tongue. It also tastes like blood, and it has an acidic undertone to it because of the closeness to the mantis. Anyways, that is where we are beginning. So, as you all start to catch your breath a little bit more and you hear the sounds of individuals running up and Jason coming up to them and speaking in... he's speaking in Elven. So anybody who understands Elven hears him go, no, it's okay. He goes, hey, no, it's okay. They did fine. The group that was going to the mines, we kind of got a little ambushed by one of the mantises. Apparently it was in the mine or something. But yeah, we took care of it. We're going to need to repair the mine gate, though, so go ahead and fetch some of the carpenters and stone crafters that we may have. We're going to need to get some stuff, and he starts going over what they need done. You don't see Reginald anywhere. However, you do see approaching the gates, what was her name? Yelena. This perky young forest elf with blonde hair, standing around 6 foot, large, droopy ears off to the side, and she seems to be wielding this black obsidian-like bow over her shoulder. At this point, those of you that had met her previously hadn't really paid much attention. She wears these draped, these green clothings with a corset underneath it that is a dark bluish-green color. She has these gloves that go up to the that come up to a triangular form. They're fingerless, but they go up to her middle finger, and there is a single ring around her middle finger that holds the glove there. They completely cover her forearm and arm. She's wearing this small... It's not a capulet, but it's like one of those small capes you put around your shoulders only, and it only goes to like maybe your forearms at most. And it seems to be cut with leather in different parts. It is also green in color. And
cowl?
Cowl? It's not a cowl. It doesn't have a hood to it. It's more like just leather and cloth that is strung around, almost like a very, 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 very small poncho. It's meant to be a poncho, but it only goes down maybe like an inch from the shoulders. It has a few felts and silks falling out the back of it, and it has a few of them wrapping around her front. They are very loose, and they don't tightly fit around her body, and there are cuts in them, so it's not a full cloak, basically. So she can move around very easily with them. She's wearing these leather boots that have many laces intertwining, green, of course, in color. In her eyes, the verdant green color, looking at you. You can see she's wearing this small piece of jewelry on her head that's multiple pieces of metal intertwined with each other in these small beads that come down to a hanging small gem on her forehead. That is the full description of Yelena in this form. Of course, she has a waist-hewn arrow pouch quiver on her back. Anyways, that's who you see, and she seems to be talking with Jason. So, as you all stand here next to the dead mantis, any roleplay you would like to do?
Has the glaive man gotten up yet?
He is still unconscious. You get the feeling most people don't come back from unconscious. Well, they get stabilized, but it takes them a while to come back from unconsciousness without assistance.
Gotcha.
Would someone help me to take this man towards a medical tent as I gesture towards Glaive Guy?
Glaive guy. Fine. Yes. And I will.
Let me open a character creator.
Yeah, glaive guy.
Oh, you're gonna use one of those stat sheets for him, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Use the 83. Use the 83.
I'm using them in a row, so yes, he will be 83.
Yeah.
Yes, the glaive guy.
Glaive
And
Guy!
then encounter gave him superhuman strength. So Rail, actually, when I was unconscious, did anything happen that I should know of? I seem to have some, like I seem to have something in my stomach, and I was kind of coughing up blood.
Yeah, I managed to pull out some metal and wood pieces that were stuck in you.
Oh. You know,
Yeah.
for all the time I've spent at a bar, this is the first time I've been knocked out and penetrated.
Alright, all of you take 4 points of psychic damage for that one.
I dropped the glaive guy as he was like, what? Oh, shit.
Goblin,
I'm not joking. You take 4 points of psychic damage each of you.
I dropped down as I'm unconscious.
I'm at 10 health now.
5 hit points. Get fuck all
You
of you.
see,
I
as soon as you say that, you see Rail suddenly takes a sniff of the air, and the acidic and decomposing smell just has him start frothing at the mouth as he falls unconscious.
Yeah. I decided a man's life was more important than gathering the chitin for armor shit.
Hey,
Nope.
sorry if that joke was a bit dark. I'm gonna be casting healing. I'm casting healing word.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Alright. Alright, then.
This is an elf, so I would say he was a guard at the time. So yeah, this guy does have some guard knowledge from the Empire, I would say. So yeah, well, I'm not gonna give you any of his fucking lore, but I'm just gonna make him.
Healing. Just making sure it's not a D4. Just trying to remember that bit. A D4. There we go. Okay. So that's 8 HP.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fun. HP. Yay.
Sorry, people who are listening. I'm looking up elf names.
So, wait, who went to help me with, Glaive Guy?
Oh, me.
I do not know your character's name.
Oh, it's Velos. I guess, yeah, I did tell it to you. Yes, you would know that.
Thank you for your help, Velos.
Ah, of course, anytime. You gotta, help your dwarves, am I right? I'm sorry, I'm bad at conversation. I don't talk to people very often.
Don't worry. I'm not good at conversations either.
That's good. It means we can both sit in silence as we get this dying man. I do not talk the rest of the time as we're carrying him.
Even as I prod him with questions.
Yep, you get a flat nothing out of me.
So, as you begin to move Glaive Guy towards the direction of the tent city, or tent town, a few of the elves, Yoletta comes up and goes, we have some individuals who can take them to a medical tent. Feel free to get some rest yourselves. We'll send a medic to your tent because you seem to be in proper condition. We'll send someone when we can.
Thank you for.
Sure.
I will say this. Passive perceptions, besides for Gesh, who's unconscious.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Passive perception for the people with Glaive Guy.
13.
12 and 13, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
Great talk.
Yoletta goes, I can take them from here, sorry. So, get going? Or were you planning on looting the mantis?
You going into the caves? Probably not. I don't have insights right now.
To rest, I do believe. And
Oh, so you don't
I
mind
wa-
if we take the carapace from the mantis, then?
oh, of course not. I was going to carve it away for you.
Yeah, I'm. It's gross.
Alright then, go get some rest, then.
Of course, yeah.
And
yeah,
he
you go ahead.
goes to rest. I am going to head back to start tying apart the carapace for him.
So as you go there and you start to get ready to do that, they seem to be dragging it towards the tent area, their actual forward operation base, because this is a good, 100 feet outside of it, mind you. Or so, more than that. So, as you help them drag it back, I would assume the rest of the party is going to rest, correct?
Yeah, I guess if people are gonna take the carapace, I just advise them, if you bring it to a blacksmith, that sort of thing.
Well, hold on, sorry, I had 5 fucking pings come up at once, sorry. Slash skip. So I'm gonna go to the next song. Oh, this one now. Fuck it. Slash skip again. Alright, so, Shadowy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess, because I'm assuming they're going to get the mantis carapace.
Yes, they are dragging the mantis back to the tent city.
Alright.
So what are you doing?
I guess I'd probably bring, Rail to get some rest.
Alright, so as you guys make your way through the small town or village or just forward operation base, you find yourself at the woman-looking stone that you were told about and the tent with the single red mark across the front. As you push through, you see the small tent that seems to have a singular center pole that goes up and has many branches that holds the tent aloft. You see several beds, as well as items like packs and things. And you remember being told... Well, sorry. You don't remember being told, but I would assume Rail you would fill them in on who is in charge of this city, Reginald, right?
Yeah.
So, after being told by Rail about Reginald, you remember Arya mentioning to you who Neral is, just a basic backstory before you went to help guard Neral during the meetings. And you recognize the name Reginald. Reginald is the previous dwarven mayor of Shardward, who took a bunch of the people about a month ago and left after Neral forced his way into
Power.
power, yes. And that kind of got Arya in a bad spot as well. You get the feeling, looking at all of the belongings in here and everything, and how neatly they are packed, you get the, well, some of them are strewn about, so you get the feeling they were planning on stopping here for a little bit, retaking the mines, and then possibly either rebuilding here or leaving further, like they had planned to. Maybe a few people would stay. But you get the feeling it's been longer than they expected. So as you enter the tent and see all this, you see it's a little bit of a mess, but not much. Many of the people's belongings in here. There's a few beds that have been crudely made. It's about 9 beds or something like that. 2 individuals are sitting within the room. You see a single dwarf who's smoking a heavy pipe as he's inhaling and blows out. You see this bushy brown beard and this tanned skin, and you see another individual, this half-elf individual, who seems to be sitting there, and he takes the pipe from the dwarf as it's handed over, and he inhales as well. That's a fine strand. However, I can do you one better. I actually got this, and he pulls something out of his pocket, a small wrapped piece of cloth, and as he starts to pull it out, he looks up. Oh. Well, Gerald, it looks like we have some personal guests. And he puts his item away in his other pocket. Hello, I think you've rocked into the wrong tent, friends.
Truly.
Unless you're looking for Jason, then he's out on guard duty right now.
What a shame.
So what can I do for you? You lost? Looking for Jason?
I think we were looking for a place to stay for the night.
Ah, Jason offered you the place to stay, did he? He does that a lot.
Ah.
Well, take one of the beds. If their owner comes back, they'll just kick you out of it at night and you'll find yourself on the floor in the morning. It's happened a few times.
I was planning on sleeping on the floor anyway.
And I am not that caring about where I sleep.
Alright, well, pick your poison.
Yeah.
If you're looking to smoke some, let us know what you're bringing. Oh, I should introduce myself. The name's Tyrion. Pleasure to meet you
Tyrion.
all. I'm not going to remember your names, so don't tell them.
Ah, great. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna go sit down on the beds.
Well, I would join you. I don't have anything to offer myself.
Well, a story is something that you could offer. Sit down, Drow. Where are you from?
I'm from down near Shardward. I live in a tower nearby.
Ah, Shardward. I see. Narao sent y'all here, huh? Wait, I know you actually. No, you're that Arya chick. Sorry, it didn't click for me for a second. I haven't been back there in a month. How's things going in Shardward, Arya? And he hands the pipe off to you as he does pack it full with some of his own leaves and herbs.
I'd take a generous hit before responding. Well, we're rebuilding quite well.
Nice. I heard there was a large event that caused quite a few deaths under Neral's rule. Almost like we knew something like that would happen. That's why we left.
Yes, that was more about a scuffle between me and Neral and a couple others. Though most of the people who died had severe enmity for Neral, and the Dryad didn't take kindly to that.
Why would the Dryad not take kindly to Neral? I thought...
She's a bit... I then point my hand at the side of my head and roll it in a swirl.
Wasn't she, like... I'm not sure, but I had a few rumors going around that she was dating that Ura fellow, not Neral.
As the main one, yes, though Neral seems to be a lesser.
Ah, it's a polygamous relationship. Say no more. And he takes the. At this point, the dwarf's taken the pipe, and he hasn't been talking. He's just been watching you guys talk. And he goes, "No, I think what she's saying here is that, or of a magical contract. If I remember, they were saying something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
good to see you again, Arya. You probably don't remember me. I'm one of the individuals that your friend. I'm one of the individuals that your friend, what's his name? The strange fellow, the one who looked human but not fully. Can't remember his name. He disappeared randomly after the first night of being in our town or something like that.
I'll be honest, I cannot remember his name either.
Yeah, neither can I, which is weird. You know, the night before you guys, the night you pissed off the hunters. He came to me and asked me, well, he came to the mayor came to me and then asked me if I could get it done. I'm one of the people that worked at the lumber mill and was working on the statue at that time. So I don't know if you would know me. It's good to see you again, in health at least. You don't look like you're in good health.
Being struck by lightning will do that to you.
Well, shit. No shit, Sherlock. Anyways, get some sleep. Hopefully the tobacco helps. I'm gonna go wash up. And he seems to stand up and begin to walk out. As Tyrion goes, well, I think I've had enough tobacco. You can finish off the pipe. When you're finished with it, just leave it on one of our beds. We'll take it back. And he stands up and he goes out too.
I'll spend the next while finishing it off, then clean it out and put it on the dwarves' bed.
Alright.
Before just laying down in the bed to the left of the doorway.
Alright, as you start to lay down and everyone seems to, and the other members of the party seem to be talking to each other, Yoletta comes into the tent and just pushes it open. Oh yeah, if you wouldn't mind helping us now. Skin, or not skin, but the Charis, the carapace.
Carapace. Chitin. It can be called either or. As I get up and head over.
Alright, I'd like you to just make me a general survival check.
Alright, let's see. Survival plus 4 for 21.
Oh. Huh, 21.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you're carving through the creature, you're managing to get the carapace, you're managing to get chitin, you do pretty well over the next few hours. 3 hours pass, and night is starting to approach a bit as it gets darker and darker. You notice the eggs that are attached to the back of this female mantis are bulging, and there's strange looks to them, but can't place it. And there seems to be some sort of disease or other effect afflicting it. And as you're looking at it, you can see that it's also affecting the creature. But you manage to carve around the parts of the creature, and you bring this up to Yoletta, and she's like, well, we can't use the meat then. We'll just do something with it, maybe make charcoal. Anyways, thank you. Get some rest. Rest of the parties, that's happening. What are you doing?
Well,
Just so you know, I've been rolling to see if those eggs had hatched, but they did not.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Probably best to burn them, I would point out.
Mm-hmm.
well, Ragnos would definitely be interested in that, in the pipe, in partaking in the pipe. He decides, well, considering he hasn't brought anything, he'd take. Yeah, he's just gonna get to bed right about now.
Okay. So as Arya begins to head out, rest of you are. You can roleplay if you wish to.
Alright. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna get some shut-eye. I guess I'm not that tired. So I guess actually I'm wondering, how did a lot of you guys get here? I mean, I know you, like, Rail, you just walked into town. But
Well-
fellas, how did you get here actually?
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't hear my name. The the legs. I walked. I have my reasons. I don't have to tell you.
Before we continue, have you guys seen that Markiplier meme where it's like me to my players whenever I'm trying to explain lore?
No.
No,
It's
very
a
Guessing
meme
the
of
one
him.
where Mark
It's a meme of him
jump-
behind a
jumps and punches
DM
you.
screen, and he's like, "All right, now to get some lore," and he like rings a bell, and he's like, "Okay, listen," and he's like, "The back groups," and he rings the bell again. I said your favorite word, the back groups. That's how it feels whenever I use the Zeus button.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause I get whenever it's not my turn, I get really into like reading more D&D stuff. The Zeus button actually really works for me.
Do you mind sending me the meme?
I don't have it on me.
Yeah, no, he
It and
he
send it.
carries the meme on him at all times.
Let me see.
Okay.
Markiplier. Go ahead and keep talking. I'll mute myself a bit.
I don't have to tell you.
All right. So then, Rael, would you mind sharing anything more?
Well, I have not that much to share. I only know that about a month ago I just got on the island. I can't really remember how I got here.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess if I pose the question, it would only be fair for me to answer it. So, I'm not exactly sure how I got here. I assume some sort of magical bullshit. Well, not sure which variety of it. Apparent might be conjuration, as those nerds at the Wizard College call it. But anyway, I was just getting on a bender, doing my usual thing. I think I can recall that there was some weirdo in a hood. I was talking to them about some random bullshit I can't remember. They said some creepy ass shit, and then when I blacked out, I was suddenly outside of Obsidian Town.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think if I remembered a couple more things about that incident, if I wasn't blackout drunk, I'd probably be able to tell you guys some more information, something that would be helpful. I might be able to get back home at some point.
The only thing I know was that I fall asleep and then forest. And
Does that happen
for like
often?
no, not me going into a whole nother dimension.
No, just the forest thing.
No, not really. I'm a student, so I don't really have much time to go out, and I stumbled for a whole fucking month in that forest until I found Shardwood.
So you're a nature magician who can't really go out in nature often?
I spent a few of my younger years in my life in in nature, but I am at a magical college right now. Yeah, about I had the midterms in my second year, so
See, I always felt that going to a school was much worse than just getting like one-on-one with a mentor. Getting really close and dirty.
oh god.
Do you really want to keep going on like that? Or do I have to make the joke?
What joke?
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I was tempted to make the joke as well.
Good choice, Shadowy.
It's no joke. Like, it's really important to like get face to face with like someone older than you that knows what they're doing.
Really? Yeah, I can say that about several avenues of life and several activities.
It was very helpful for my training. That's even how I even know how to shoot a bow at this point.
So how deep did they get?
Oh.
into their lectures.
Oh, very deep. It was long nights of continuous work and effort, just pounding my brain away.
So it was penetrating.
Yes, deep into my skull. It helped me learn.
And you wonder why I don't like people that are less than 16 in my games.
I think we all know why.
What are you talking about? That was a perfectly wholesome interaction.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure about that?
Very sure.
I really want to make a D-Stux joke against Veloster. No.
But yes, I learned very deep and intimate ways of browsing the battlefield. Compared to some school
Yes.
where we're treated like sheep.
Well,
So-
I am getting lectured by a tree and a
So I'm guessing
a
you're pretty good
dryad
with
and
your
a
hand.
vampire.
Excuse me?
I'm guessing you're pretty good with your hands. You know, weapon using.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you for noticing. I'm very good. I'm proficient. It is a honed art to know how to work the shaft of a blade, the handle, the tip. Gotta be very careful with the tip, because those can break off all the time.
So at this point, Arya walks back in.
Rael is leaning to is leaning towards her because it says he is definitely gay.
Arya, you walk back in.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty happy.
Arya, you walk back in at this point.
Yeah.
Arya, you walk back in at this point.
Hello.
Arya, my main man.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Arya. Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. I was starting, and no one could apparently hear me.
I
Nope.
could hear you.
I couldn't hear you.
I couldn't, because you're stupid.
I was thinking about my swordsmanship.
Oh yeah, he was just telling us how he worked the shaft.
Well, that was.
It's a very perspective.
It's getting late, so we should probably head to bed now.
Area, trust me, you want to hear this.
Oh, actually,
So-
I do agree with the bird.
That's a very
So,
interesting.
as
Yeah, go ahead. Hit them.
you guys begin to fuck around during the night and talk
Interesting choice of words.
and be stupid as shit during the night, and honestly, it's hilarious, but as you continue to fuck around for the night and then begin to start to doze off a little bit, we pull out of the tent for a bit. Jason returns, he starts to speak with you, he returns with a few medics. We turn our attention back to where Arya just left, the Mantis. As its body is being dragged towards a pit to be dropped into fire. We see a small amount of movement on its corpse. Not picked up by many. Well, not picked up by any that are dragging it. As one of the eggs, the small bulbs on its back, a single scythe-like hand appears out of the small sack. And a bit covered in this mucus, this small, tiny mantis begins to crawl its way out before falling off and skittering off into the darkness.
I feel like that's gonna come bite us in the ass.
Yeah, you guys should stop fucking around. I'm just fucking with you, don't worry. I was gonna make one last roll anyways, and I just happened to get it. 97, by the way, was the roll.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyways, so as it crawls away, as night begins to burn away, fire burns, the smell of rancid decay hits the town. You guys are in a tent. Okay. So, as you guys begin to sleep, how long do your characters need to sleep for?
4 hours as the elf.
Ragnos is the only one who needs to sleep 8 hours.
So as Ragnar
yeah, I'm
starts to snore, and the three of you begin to trance. All three of you roll me just wisdom checks.
Wisdom.
Actually, no, intelligence checks would be it.
I gotta
Oh,
swap off of Rockman.
They're
go
the
back to Delos.
same. +2.
the wisdom check is so nice.
Nat 1.
19.
6.
Alright, so. Give me a second here. I'm still making Glaive Guy's stat page, by the way.
That guy.
He's perfect.
Goblin, you accidentally made our favorite NPC.
It's
Yep.
not even one that I gave a fucking name to either. They were
Goblin,
meant to-
you
they
give
were
him a
meant-
name.
They were meant to die.
But no, Goblin,
We're meant
he's
to be
gonna be,
expendable, not to me.
he's gonna be our best friend.
So, Arya, what'd you roll?
Nat 1.
Alright, Gesh, what'd you roll?
19.
Alright, Zeus, what'd you roll?
6.
Alright, so. As you guys begin to trance near each other, you begin to feel this. How did the druid roll a high intelligence and no one else did?
Okay,
I have
You mean
yeah,
wisdom?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, if it would have been wisdom, it would have been even higher for me. So
Oh, it was intelligence? Then that's
Yeah.
a 7.
Okay, okay. So
Iron Jesus is for once on my side.
I'll say this: as you guys are entering a trance, Zeus, you're having this hard time trancing, but then you feel this wave of calm overtake you, and you feel this mental wavelength connected as you seem to start to follow the dreamlike patterns. I say elves still dream, but they are very much more aware of their state outside of the dream. So, like, if someone's attacking the camp, they are very much more aware. Instead of having to roll a perception check, they would immediately know. Not immediately know, but they would have a better chance to know. Like, normal people would have disadvantage of, like, -5 to check if they're in a deep sleep. Elves would have just either a normal or an extra or a advantage roll, depending on.
It's like lucid dreaming.
Yeah, so as you are dreaming and starting to connect with this individual, Gesh, if you would like to, I will say during your trance you do feel a single connection to you. As you begin to dream, what is your character's dreams or trance-like state? What goes through their mind? What is their? I'm talking to Gesh. What is your central mind in this state, Gesh? Like, what is your mind state like? Is it erratic? Are you having dreams? Are you in your mind palace sitting and just waiting? What are you doing? Are you looking back onto your past memories?
He would probably be sitting in his own little place, which would be a big forest, like inside of like a hollowed bit of a very big tree, like redwood tree size, and he would be waiting for like a vision in his dreams to start. Otherwise, he would just meditate.
Alright, as you are meditating and waiting for this, we cut to Zeus. Zeus, you find
Yes.
yourself in a dark space. You see this small line that seems to be pointing forward, this ethereal blue line that just seems to, in a wave-like pattern, loosely, just floating, go forward. Do you follow it?
Sure, why not?
Alright, as you
Be to a safe place.
take this line and begin to follow it, you find yourself falling out of a tree in a dark forest. As you look around, the forest seems to move. It almost seems maddening. It seems like it has no real sense of order. And as you look around, you see nothing. You hear the howling of wolves and you begin to run out of fright. I would like you to make me a wisdom save, Zeus.
Ah, great. Slash roll.
Oh god, I don't. If this is the mind of my relatively calm and collected elven character, how would Day's dreams look like if you would have been an elf?
Oh, God,
Oh,
don't.
God.
Don't give Day elf powers. I got 11.
It probably would have been like
Never.
limbo.
You're running and running, you're tripping, you're injuring yourself on these leaves, but the further in you go following this line that has turned into this almost greenish shifted line. It almost looks like it's shifting to a reddish fire-like line. As you continue to run forward, you start to see the forest gets less wobbly, less ripple-like when you touch a still pond, and it starts to get more ordered, more natural, more condensed. As you begin to follow this area of order, you start to get deeper, and it gets harder to push through. I'd like you to make me a... This would be forcing your will to get past, so I would like you to make me a charisma check.
Oh.
Or sorry, this would be a charisma save, I'll say.
Oh.
Actually, no, this would be persuasion. Persuasion, I'm stupid.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to persuade the barrier to let you pass.
7!
As you attempt to push in, and push further, and push further, the trees become too dense, and you feel this lattice of branches seemingly blocking your way forward. As you start to hear from around you, sounds of natural animals encroaching on your position. Do you continue to try to push? Do you hold your ground, or do you let go of the string that feels like a burning wildfire in your hands now? You're seeing glimpses of memories that aren't your own that are seemingly rippling off of these trees, hearing certain phrases whispering in your ears, but you can't make them out.
I'm gonna go try to push through one more time.
Make me a persuasion check. At this point,
Hiya!
you could hear the wolves starting to encroach upon your space within 30 feet of you.
Oh god.
What's your roll?
4.
4. As you try to push through again, Gesh, roll me a persuasion check. Actually, no, this would be a wisdom save, Gesh.
Could you roll lower than 4?
Literally
If he-
impossible.
If he rolls a natural 1.
Yeah, other than that, I have a +7.
Because technically this isn't contested, this is just to see what happens after.
That's a relatively bad roll.
What'd you roll?
16.
Alright, so, as you attempt to push through, Gesh, you feel this strange force that is foreign to you in your mind, in your forest. Chaotic, bringing unstillness to your forest. What do you do?
My character kinda like, because it's his head, because it's like his own like space, could he like I wanna flavor it like do it like so he just vanishes into the tree and comes out right next to Velos out of the tree.
Alright. You appear. Velas, you see the lattice work suddenly starts to take a form, and you just see appearing in front of you is Gesh. Rail.
As I saw it appearing, I was like already raising a fist to fight back. Oh.
Rail, you see this spectral wolf made out of this psychic-like energy, this wildfire that seems to have taken a wolf-like form, suddenly leaps towards the two of you. You recognize this as one of your guardians of your mind.
I hold it by hand to like gesture to stop.
These things attack anything foreign to your mind, whether you want it to or not. As
Can
you
I
realize this,
can I protect him from that?
you can try.
I would try
You've never
to.
had somebody completely get to you in your mind before.
I try to protect Velos from
As you
my
s-
mind.
As you step in front of him, Velos, you turn around and you see this wildfire-like wolf just pass through him as if he was made of water. He ripples outwards, and the wolf hits you. You take let's see here, 4 versus 6, 12 points of psychic damage. As the wolf just explodes onto you, and you feel your brain suddenly take heavy damage as Rail, both you and Zeus are kicked out of the dream immediately.
So
You need to redo your long rest. Well, your trance. I'm just
How
fucking
long
with you.
has
I'm
it
just fucking
been?
with you. I'm just fucking with you. No. At this point, as you're both kicked out, and it seems like memories of each other get mixed with each other, but shattered and scattered through both of your minds. You both awaken after your trance. But let's go back to during the rest. During the rest, Arya. You muted Arya, by the way.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
As you're feeling this weird psychic connection, you start to get a little bit of blood running down your nose, and you immediately stop your trance for a second to figure out what's going on. And you look around, and you realize what's happening because you have an elven mother that you've been around, who you were somewhat close to when you were younger. This is what happens when elves trance in the same space. After being connected a little bit through not just blood, but when they have emotions that they share to an extent. When they have been somewhat, how do I say this? Basically, when someone's been through a lot of trauma with another person, you know how they bond. When a bond is formed, a strong bond is formed between elves, and they trance next to each other, they have, there's a hidden ability where they can somewhat enter a mind space.
Mind of the other.
Not really the mind of the other. Usually, if it is even, it is more of a shared mind space that one does not fully dominate over the other. But seeing as how Gesh's character is seemingly just sitting there, you can see him floating maybe 2 inches above the ground, well, a full foot above the ground, while you see Shadowy's character is twitching as he's about an inch, and you realize as you continue to try and push into his mind space, into that mind space that you guys share, Gesh would have taken over. As you're sitting there and you get out of your trance for about a second, you look over to the right and you see holding a cup of water, staring at this and just like, what the fuck is happening here? You just see the tiefling who's just sipping water in his bathrobe. Shadowy, Arya, if you would like to roleplay. Shadowy, you woke up, saw these elves having this like psychic battle or whatever, just floating above the ground, got some water and came back and saw them having bloody noses. You're just like, what the fuck? And Arya has come out of the trance.
Also, it's kind of probably gonna get something to eat to watch the show. You guys okay?
Yes, this happens when elves who are in a fight with one another,
It's more of when people bond together.
it's more of a bond, but it's easier to form bonds in high-stress situations.
Oh, so it's like when you're Never mind.
No, continue. I would like to hear this. You hear the omnipotent voice of the island say.
Oh, wait, what was that? Alright. So, I guess if you guys were, so you guys were connecting in your trance?
A sort of shared mind space, yes.
So, I guess so you guys were in there and you guys, like, saw each other and you fought?
It's a bit taxing if there are elves of varying power.
Okay. It's still in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah, it's still like the middle of the night. Like, you can still get up during your long rest as long as you don't spend more like an hour up at the long rest during your like middle of your rest. You get the feeling that she's gonna need to restart her trance because she completely just abandoned it.
All right, so while you guys are going through your cycles, oh wait, fuck, I finished that joke. Fuck. All right, I'm just gonna go to sleep. See ya.
Good night to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Good night.
Okay, so as the both of you begin to sleep again, and Arya, your mind is now focused on not being a member of this group trance.
Staying separate, yeah.
Yeah. You begin to start to fall asleep again when you hear Zeus's character awaken for a second before entering his single trance as well. As you all fall into your sleep and your slumber, visions come to you. Arya, memories of the Shale Empire enter your mind, but not just that. You see Day's face appear before you, though less detailed than before, and more feminine features than you remember. You see it shifts, and a single curved line seems to be ever present in the very center of the face, and you swear you hear a female voice speaking to you. He survives. You will not kill him. Day shall accomplish his goals. Is this understood?
It seemed quite obvious that we should stay apart, at the very least.
Agreed. At this point, you see an eye appear out of nowhere, and it just stares at you as multiple tendrils start to move around. I think you've stayed here long enough. I'll return you to your dreams. They seem pretty happy. At this point, you watch as multiple tendrils and tentacles and other unexplainable monstrosities begin to appear in your vision before you blink and you're back in your dream of the Empire. Gesh, as you begin to sleep, fire burns around you. A burning forest, the sounds and screams of the animals around you. You wonder why it burns, and you look up to see a sun directly above you, encoded with these beautiful vines. You hear a single voice. Rael, son of the seas, may your flames burn bright. This world you have found yourself in, though a strange oddity indeed. You, who are of much power and grace, will find many hardships, but you will overcome them, for I know who you are. You will find the answer to many of your questions, many of the things you seek, within the capital of this Shale Empire. Though beware the Emerald King, for his flames burn bright and his ambitions brighter. For he is not one of darkness, but of light, though misguided himself. At this point, the sun begins to disappear and turns into a moon as it seems to go further and further away. And you find yourself at peace in your mind once again, Kesh. Shadowy! You have
Hello.
very sexual dreams.
With yourself.
There are some scenes with a female version of yourself, yes. Not sure what the fuck it means, but...
This is very strange.
Mm-hmm. However, you hear the...
I wonder if this is a metaphor for
Go
my addiction to... Alright.
And as she begins to speak to you, you hear the infernal language, this grinding and clenching of metals, but it doesn't seem to be infernal. It seems to just be the sound of clenching of metals, and everything gets hot for a second before you open your eyes, and you see a room of stone and dirt. Metal ores around you. You see a hulking figure that you can't make out any details. Its body shifting and gleaming in what little dim light you have. And then you awaken. Zeus!
Oh.
Yes.
As you fall asleep, you remember why you're here, who you are, and what you wish to accomplish. Let's keep you a mystery. That's fun.
Yay. That was my plan. Yay.
Anyways, you all awaken the next day feeling well rested. Take a long rest.
Yay.
Gash, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Me.
Yeah. That wound you
Oh,
received,
yeah.
that critical wound you received the day prior is starting to hurt. We're seeing if that has any
14.
effect on you. 14? It seems to be in pain, like it's pulsing with pain and heat, but it's nothing more than that. You know, when the mantis fucking stabbed you in the gut and did a lot of damage there? Yeah.
Yeah, from the first mantis fight.
Yeah.
Um,
As you all
Yeah.
breathe, you think back to your dreams, and you look around. The air is cold, but it's getting warm, and warm, and warm. Everyone notices you can't really see more than to the edge of the tent. Even these small bits that have outside looks to it, there's a small window of the small tent that seems to be opened. And as you're looking, you can't see outside. As you guys are looking around, the air, you can see the dust that's supposed to be falling and that's almost impossible to see is just standing still. You feel like you're moving with molasses as you move around to get ready. Arya.
Yep.
Your holy symbol is glowing. As you look down, it's burning into your skin. It's starting to illuminate a green color to it. Everyone notices this. Your eyes are immediately drawn to her chest as the holy symbol that sits there is glowing.
That looks like a problem.
How strange. I'm going to see where exactly it burns brightest, so to speak.
It seems to be emanating from the center of the holy symbol and it's expanding outwards.
No, I mean where in the burn brightest.
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought as I
brightest point.
brightened or dimmed.
What? No,
I thought you meant as a.
it's heating up on your chest.
Oh.
You're a little slow.
Yeah, I am.
So, as you feel this, you instinctively pull it off your chest and just hold the necklace there. As you do, you all see this green burning holy symbol starts to drip liquid fire. As it hits the ground, it starts to glow green. You start to see it creating this circle as it starts to grow and grow upwards to a pillar that seems to shoot to the top of the tent. Maybe an inch from the top. 15 feet up. Surrounding the center pole. You all swear you see a female face in the center. This face that ever shifts to different parts of the flame. And you all hear a single... Go ahead and skip this song.
Too jovial.
Yeah. You all hear a single voice. Definitely feminine, but you're not 100% sure. It calls to you all. Approach. In whatever language is your character's first language.
All of them.
Every single one of you, as you stare at this, even though you're at different places in the room, see a single gigantic lady made of green fire hold out a finger and beckon you forward.
I go forward.
Okay.
I step forward as well.
Sure.
I will say this before you guys, like as the other two are watching this happen, the two of them step forward and they are immediately engulfed in green flame.
Oh.
Shadowy Zeus, are you going to?
I'm gonna try to speak to her. I like my living.
Well,
I've got a lot
As you
to do.
attempt to speak, the words come out of your mouth, and you see the actual like phonetic spelling of the word come out of your mouth, and then just turn into jumble in front of you, and you get the feeling no one heard you.
Hmm.
We're feeling that Ragnos does go forward, as for him, most of his interesting adventures occur with him following an attractive woman.
Okay,
Oh,
makes sense. Ragnar steps forward and immediately starts burning green as well.
I don't want to. I step forward.
Step forward
Yeah.
and the warmth hits you. All of you feel this warm embrace. The voice speaks to you once more. You will all go through trials in the days to come. Trials that will test not only your ambition, your willingness, your ability, but your compassion, your what was I about to say? Your compassion, your stoicness, your honor as well. You'll be given hard choices and even harder consequences. A war will break out on the Isle soon if a king is not crowned. The Emerald King sits in the throne of the capital, awaiting the other suitors, the other the other 9, to approach. When they do, only one may reign victorious, and they will choose what to do with the other 9. A dark cloud hangs above the isle. Will you be the shining light to clear it from the skies? At this point, it seems the face that's staring at you seems to be waiting for a response.
Sure.
That is to bring the island back to what it was, and bring it further.
There seems to be no response of accepting that answer or denying it.
I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean, but if anything threatens the nature on this island, the flora and fauna, I will do anything to protect it.
Damn, I just burped really badly in my throat with my mouth closed. What the fuck? Bro, I was like, I had my mouth closed and I didn't want to burp out, and it just went. It ran down my throat. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that happens.
God.
It makes it sound like you're playing an oboe.
Yeah. Anyways, so as she says this, Shadowy, how do you respond?
You know, I think, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it really matters what my answer actually is, because this sounds like some shit that's gonna affect me anyway, so fuck it. I'm gonna try to be the light, I guess.
Interesting answers. We have the misguided, the fallen. We have a guardian. And we have one who does not care much. Your trials will not be swift, but your characters will grow. I beseech you, your titles, champions. For today, you approach the mines, and you face an enemy of great power. So with what little power I have, that remains from the empire that once reigned, I bestow upon thee a gift. And as she does say this, the flames seem to encoat you all immediately.
As the flames me, I will bow my head in thanks.
Those burnt by not the embers of destruction, but creation.
Goblin, can you repeat that? Your
Yeah, you
mic
cutting out.
is.
I'm not
Cut
cutting out
out.
on my end.
You cut out for all three of us.
Same.
Well, there's 4 of you, so...
All.
Alright, she goes, well, those burnt by not the destructive force the flame of destruction, but warmed by the flame of creation, ambition, and good. You will prove yourself in time. Go forth, my burned ones, my ash cradled. Do what you will. Accept the consequences of your actions. And do not be afraid to act. You are the alphas and the omegas, the beginnings and the ends, and your destiny lies within your own hands. Your fates, unsealed and unchosen by those powers above you. They are your own. Make me an interesting story. As the flames grow brighter and the room around you grows darker, you start to feel this burning sensation in your flesh as you all seemingly fall unconscious. Everything goes dark.